Right then, so in terms of setup, we've got this right hand one now. That sort of resets back to there, okay? You can see now from that top shoulder, everything now is more in line, whereas this one here now, your arm was in there. And again, just having that arm inwards across your chest, it's almost like tensing up your tricep. You're putting a lot more strain on your forearm and your elbow, so this right arm doesn't really feel comfortable being there. And that tension to the grip anyway, plus where your arm's going to be, now is going to make it very difficult for that club to return back to the target square. So generally speaking, your club is going to be coming back, aiming a bit to the left of target. Then the way you try to fix that was sort of standing the club up to try to toe end it and hit it to the right. But as we said, that would cause the club to come into the ground very steep, as your mate said, hit the toe of the club, and then the club face opens up anyway. So all your best efforts now to try and fix it actually encouraged it even more, and off to the left it would go, okay? So if we get this right hand one now, you can see the difference in your right hand grip. Now, arguably, that's a slightly on the stronger side. And in time, once we feel we can get that club working better and the arms start working on it, we might kind of re-neutralise that to your own sort of balanced position, okay? But at the moment
so
now...
strong is
that way,
weak is that way,
just terminology. It's not tensional performance, but strong grip there, okay? So that's generally going to be more of a closed grip. Think of it in terms of driving your car. If you're driving your car at neutral, 10 and 2, if your right hand goes palm facing down, palm facing up with the left hand, you could turn a long way to the right, If you go the other way, palm down and palm, you can't really go very far,
Right,
so it's just to kind of shows how much your arms can move. But in terms of the swing there now, what we found, and I'll mention on this video now just as a reminder to you, it doesn't really matter in terms of what you've got to think about, but because you were hitting the golf ball less to the left, and in fact anyone was drawing it to the right, what we saw in time was the club now started working back more on the inside this way as it went back, because you could see the ball was going further to the right, so now you just started working back more this way without me even telling you, whereas the first few shots you were kind of going back quite straight and quite steep and then standing the club face up. Just through you seeing a golf ball go more in that direction, your body started reacting and changing path instinctively,
It's quite funny as well, when you sat there and you're thinking, the feeling is, oh my God, that ball is just... The ball's in the same position.
Exactly, Your hands
that
and arms...
setup looks better as well, so it
much better,
it does make that
you
tilt
get,
coming in
exactly.
as well.
And we want that kind of reverse lowercase y for as a left-hander when it gets to set up, okay? But because you're ahead, this is where your feel at setup now is that your eyes now are behind the golf ball here, whereas at this one now your eyes are kind of on top of the ball with your hands. So everything now is in line, where now you've just gone like this. So a little movement to the head left, a little movement to the hands right makes a massive feel, but in actual fact the ball hasn't moved relative to the feet, and that's the difference. But as we say, real and feel are often two different things, aren't they? In terms of what you see and what you feel are going to be a thing. So and then turn wise on the way back, good movement, taking the club back to the top of the backswing, coming back in the golf ball now. Hands are sort of getting a little bit more towards the middle of your legs there. Now they're not quite as far behind. That is something we can work on as we go through, especially with the sort of second lesson, okay? But you've got to see a golf ball curving one way first before we can start changing and moving that contact further towards target, okay? Because you're still in the mind, this is why the shots are going right now, of trying to hit it non-left. Because your brain still thinks the ball's going to curve to the left. I'm glad the fact you had a couple of shots ground first and then you saw, oh hang on, that didn't go to the left, because even though it came back in the club, it hit a bit ground first, the club face was square rather than being open, so it gave you a chance then. And like I say, trying mine there was only half an inch longer, and as a sort of fairly new to get half an inch in club, you think, well, if I gave you a half inch longer club, you wouldn't notice a difference. You went, wow, this was different. And you just see them measured side by side. Literally,
it looked just so much longer.
It's weird, it's madness, to be fair. It's not a trick or like anything sort of Darren Brown kind of say. It's just that extra half inch makes a massive difference. You can feel the extra length of that golf club and the way the club sits on the ground there, because this club is a slightly more up, it's like 3 degrees upright for me, obviously my height and stuff, where you've been wanting to have the club down here, it's going to sit very much toe up, you see. So getting that more neutral grip, so everything from you, from shoulder down. And I think from a sort of checkpoint for you at setup, what a lot of people will look at is when they look down here, their hands now are over their foot. If you look at this one
my
here
hands
now,
felt they were just
long
so
way
far forward.
Whereas if you look at this one here now, there's a bit of delta between your foot there. So that's what. So when you look down, you think, "Oh, am I in the right position?" You look down. If this hand, if your top hand's over your right foot, you go, "Okay,
And then that one, I thought I was doing that. It's crazy, isn't it? You know,
exactly.
Does
that make sense? So
it does.
Really, really good. Okay.